Good afternoon. This is February 4th, 2018. I'm here at my studio, Rubina Art Gallery, and you're going to be viewing this on the online gallery, Rubina Art Gallery, and the YouTube channel, Rubina Art Gallery. I'm ready to paint a bunch of paint sketches, and since I needed to share it with you, it took me a while to prepare my palettes and get the lighting right so there are no shadows on the paper and etc. etc. So I'm ready to unleash my pent up creativity here. So, well, here I am. So basically, it's abstract sketches that I'm going to do, and I'm going to do a number of them. What idea do I have in my mind? Like I said, I still have my Earth series in my head, and I'm basically have those forms and motives and lines and palette all crammed up in my head, and I'm going to be releasing those on this piece of paper with these watercolors. I'm going to start with the yellow over here, and this is a big flat brush. I'm using large wide strokes of yellow. And I have this peach color here. It's almost like orange. Well, this is orange. So the color is still wet, and I'm going to fuse it with some orange, and there's color charging happening here. Over here, I'm just kind of like overlapping part of the yellow with the orange, and you'll see a lighter shade of yellow appear. There's peach over here. This is a flat brush. I'm using the edge of the flat brush to create these thin lines, and I'm using the bigger surface area to create these almost square marks. Like I said, this is an abstract painting, and it's basically a small abstract. It's only 11 inches by 7 inches, something like that, and it's more of a paint sketch that I can elaborate into a larger abstract, or I could just leave it at that. At this, I mean. This is as a darker peach color right here, and this will create some color charging with the lighter one that I had set out earlier. Put these colors away, and I want to balance out these colors, and I want to balance out the pattern that I'm making over here. So I think I'm going to use some, so we have some, I have yellow and peach, and I'm going to take some rust over here. There's brown on this brush, so it's, I'll take another brown. I have this lined brush over here, and I could dip it into this, it's not really rust, it's burnt sienna, but it's a little bit of brownish burnt sienna, and I'm going to use this lined brush. Okay, I'll go back to the peach, and this was the peach. I was using it for the darker and the lighter, it's fine. I mean, I can either clean it, or sometimes this will create a bit of a mixed shade. Little color, excessive color over here. I will use this portion as a palette, and lift up some of the extra paint that I had laid out over here. Some of this thing is dragging onto the paper and creating a dry effect. I'm going to leave that. It's almost like a pastel effect. Now for the darker shade, I'll just dip into this, and if I want to make it even darker, I have some vermilion over here, and I'll pick up some of that, and I'll add it into this in order to make that darker. So I could use this to create edges over here. Or I could choose to use the wider portion of the brush, or choose the thinner portion of the brush. Now that almost disappeared, the darker colors, so I just picked up some vermilion and added that over here. And picked up some of that darker color. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon in Austin, Texas, United States. It is obviously winter, but some days it's summer here and some days it's winter, right in the thick of January or February. Well, not January, but definitely February. I like this angle brush. You can do a lot of manipulation with this, and I'm using this another angle brush to use this lighter this brown color that I have over here. This is an even darker brown I am picking up from another palette right here. And I'm going to fill this area up. Fill this area up. See, notice the color charging that's going on over here. This brown going into the peach and the darker peach going into the brown. More color charging going on here. Blending it in. Okay, now I think I have most of the lighter colors down, and I'm going to either use black. Here's my brush on black, and there's a palette here. Just pick up some of the black here and create some darker tones in the painting. Almost look like roots here. A lot of color charging. Okay, I think I've done enough with this black here. Maybe just, well, no, I think that's enough for black. And how do I make it more interesting? I have this dark area, I have the medium colors, and there's white on the paper. I think I want to lighten up. Maybe take this brush and dip it into water and drag some of this paint over here, which creates this lighter peach, covers up this white area here in the painting. Just basically dipping into water here. And that also creates a lot of wet into wet effect. Some of the color can be dragged onto the other color, and you can make connections with these colors. I can choose to leave some of the white to create really, really bright areas in the painting, but I can also choose to cover them up with some, like this lighter shade, which is like a peach. And when I'm dragging this, some of the color is dragging. There's some area over here that I can actually turn into peach. There's some more over here. I'll put this brush away and simply take another clean brush. This is called a dagger brush. I'm going to dip it into a clean water well, and I'm going to try to see if I can lighten and blend some of this area. And create a little bit of bring out some of the white out of the paper, because there was a harsh line and I wanted that line to become more gentle and also make it lighter. So I'm lifting it up, and some of that, there's color charging going on, and there's white that has been added to the painting here. I can there's some lemon yellow I have over here. I don't know if that's the correct color I should be using. No, I'll just dip it back into the deep yellow and paint some of this area. These are creating a beautiful orange. That's definitely almost like sunshine. I guess I could do a little bit of that over here as well. And now there. A little bit here, dip it back into the water, make it really, really light. And I have a feeling this painting is pretty much done now. And there's not much more I want to, maybe just a touch of this yellow ochre over here, which is actually a combination of deep yellow and brown. So we already had that brown on the edge. Okay. This area could be improved. See how I can improve it. Okay, so I'll just use this peach brush over here, and also don't want to mess it up, because like I said, when it's done, and you don't want to overwork it. And if you do overwork it, it usually gets messed up. So I'll go back to the angle brush, pick up some vermilion, and see some of the colors. If there's just too much color on the paper, then it's not going to listen to you very much. But yeah, I also changed the shape of this yellow area. I didn't quite like it very much, but now I think it's improved. So I think this is it. You could actually go like that over here, and like that over here. Create some more. This reminds me of one of the paintings I did, and it's a painting of the Nubian desert, and there's an area in the bottom right side of the painting that's looking like it. Of course, I had no intentions to make it look like that, but sometimes all these things are in your head, in your vocabulary, and they come out in one form or another. So I am done with this. I'm going to take a thin black or brown brush, a brown loaded brush, and I will sign my name somewhere over here. And I want to try to make it as, not so it doesn't take over the painting. And I can choose to write the date over here, or I can omit it. I think I'll just put a small little date here. Actually, it's February, so 4th, 2018. I'll just put it there. Okay, well, thank you for watching me do this. I'm going to remove this and proceed with my next painting. And before that, I will clean this area with a tissue paper and with water. So I'll see you in a few minutes.